Hello folks and welcome. This is N90 bringing you a quick tutorial on how to level up once you reach between levels 35 to 45. This is most beneficial to those of you out there who have a hard time leveling up. There's a couple ways to do this, but we're going to follow the guidelines based on the game itself, where you can click this power boost right here. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but there is a button right here. It says power boost. You click on that and it gives you directions or some kind of simple type directions that should get you to know where to go, I guess, but they're not very good at telling you what to do with them exactly. So like I said, we're going to click on the level up to see how it is we can do that. We're going to start from the top, work our way down. So of course there's a simple one, which is your main quest. This is the quest that you tend to get after you reach the next level, or sometimes there will be a quest on the day of. So of course you can go ahead and just click on whichever this is and you click on go. For me, I still have to do this dungeon because this is an account that I am using as my backup account, because I have another account. My main is like a lot higher than this, but I wanted to make another one to kind of show you guys what level 40 looks like, because level 40 is the hard area of gaining experience. So right now we have the main quest right here, which is the Tire Cave, like I suggested before. And you complete that, you get some XP. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. And of course you have your side quests. Those show up here as well, if you have any. I have yet to see any side quests myself, but those tend to be more like relic quests. These are more of like the sub quest, I suppose. You go ahead and follow those ones and they'll take you to where you need to go. But of course they do show up down here on your quest tab, where you can take a look to see what it is you're missing out on. So that's that one. We can go ahead and click power boost again and see what else there is. There are the daily quests. Now understand that daily quests are probably going to be the ones that you'll be getting the most amount of experience from. These are the quests that once you complete, they're pretty much gone for the rest of the day. They're pretty much split up into 4 categories for the daily quests. You have recommended, which is basically everything that is easy to do and very simple to complete. We have limited, which only lasts per the day. We have daily, which are the ones that get you a ton of XP. And weekly, which is not unlocked until you reach level 50, so don't worry about that. But once you reach 50, there's going to be a whole lot more stuff you can do. Also keep in mind that there is this little button here that says calendar that you can click on. It'll tell you what's happening every single day and where you can get experience from. It's kind of like a visual cue for you guys to see what's going on. Every day is something different. However, Monday is probably the worst day because there's really not much you can do. So if you're planning to skip a day on playing this game, skip Mondays because there's really not much you can do. So on this, you want to be looking at little tabs that say EXP, which means that they'll be giving you the most amount of experience for these things. So go ahead and just do all of them here and there, and you'll be getting experience. Like I said, limited does the same thing as well. It has the door of trial. So limited are the stuff that you pretty much see on the calendar, you know. So these are here. All of these things that are on the calendar, they're not going to show up for you if you're not at that level yet. So once you reach level 50, there's going to be a lot more open up on here, whereas compared to recommended and everything. There are treasure chests here that you can unlock. They're not going to be giving you XP, but they will be giving you some very useful items that you'll be needing in present and future character levels and whatnot. So like I said, complete all these things, you get a lot. Like I said, you complete the dailies, you get a lot. Because look at that. It's 1,000,000 XP right there for this one. So you'll be making a ton of these. Now onwards to the next part for the power boost. We also have the guild escort. So keep in mind that guild escorts are meaning that you have to have a guild. So make sure that as soon as you're able to, get yourself into a guild, because the escort does give you XP. So once you have one, you'll be able to run these guild things, or guild escorts. I'll make another video later on showing you how to do guild escort, because they don't explain it very well and it's kind of difficult to know how to like do the right way to do it without getting killed, because there are players out there who will kill off your convoy and you'll lose everything. So convoys gets you experience, easy peasy, right? Next up, we have, let's see what else. So, Guild Escort, the training venue. This is probably the very best way to get experience. Training venue lets you do it 2 times, of course. Basically means at this level, you could probably get, like, I don't know, maybe 1 to 3 levels, depending on where you're at. If you're still in the 30s, you probably could go up by 3 levels if you have experience boosters going on in the background. But if not, then you'll probably end up only going up at least twice. But once you reach level 40s, it'll pretty much be like one time a day. So practice place, that's the one to do. Muyan Peak Defense is another one that gets you XP. It's not as much as the practice place because this is a 3-star experience. Muyan is only a 2-star. So it's kind of like having somewhat of half what you normally would get from the practice place. So I recommend making sure you do these 2 to the max as much as possible. And then the next one that they suggest is, of course, going to be the Training Muyan, which I already talked about. Training Muyan is in the training venue with the trials. Like, that's the one I told you about before, and that one's only 4 stars. There is Worshipping, which you can do at the Loyalty faction. So you'd go over here to Loyalty, and you'll click on Worship on somebody in here. Doesn't matter who it is. You just click on someone, and you do a common worship. And voila, that's 52,000 experience for this one. You can only do it 2 times, and then you're done. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing, you know? So there's the Worshipping, and then we have, let's see, what else they have. There is the Hot Springs. Now, sadly, the Hot Springs is only open to level 50 players, which I'll show you right now. You basically go over here, and she's going to tell you, sorry, but you got to be level 50. Womp, womp, womp. So you can't go in there. I don't know why they have it on there, but I guess they just want to rub it in your face to say, hey, go be level 50, right? So this is the basic way to do it, but there are more ways to get experience that are not suggested on the power boost, which they probably should discuss with you guys, which I'm going to show you right now, which are the hidden ways. So of course there is the, let's see, guild, right? If you go to the guild, there's something called the Expedition Hall. You click on the Expedition Hall, and you're going to have all of these quests that pop up on here. Keep in mind that you should only be doing quests that are 4 stars or higher. If you do anything lower than that, you're going to get some very crappy rewards. So look at this. You get 1 million for doing this 4-star, 1 million for this one as well, but you only get 79,000 if you do the smaller ones. So do not do these smaller ones. Make sure you're always doing the highest ones possible. You can click on the share button to see if anybody in your guild is sharing any, because normally people will share quests if they get 4 stars or higher, but this guild is pretty quiet from the looks of it. They aren't really doing much. But if you get a very active an active guild, you'll be seeing a ton of quests that'll pop up on here. And I'll show you right now how to share them. So you can go ahead and click on one of these and receive it. You can either go ahead and do it yourself by clicking on guild, or if you want to just instantly do it, you can basically just go back to the guild Expedition Hall, and oh wow, never mind. I guess at this level you can't do that. Well, normally if you're higher leveled, I guess you're able to just instantly do it, but for this one I guess they won't let you since I'm still a low member. But that's just something to keep in mind later on, that there will be an option to just skip it and you can just auto do it instantly. But regardless, these missions are very quick to do. They don't take very long anyways. As you saw, that was like, what, 5 seconds and I was done. So that is now completed. And for some reason, here we go. So if you click on completed, you can help out your guild by sharing it with everybody else. And everyone else will also get it as well. So you just keep doing these ones, you know, receive them and just do them. I'm not going to do this one. I just wanted to show you guys that you guys can be doing that. However, there is also another thing to keep in mind is that there is this button that says reset right here. If you're looking through these quests and you cannot see any 4 stars, then I would recommend clicking on reset, okay? They do cost 20 bound ingots, but you're gonna be getting a lot of bound ingots, guys. Do not worry about losing these, because you're gonna be getting tons and tons of them daily. So don't worry about it. You just click on reset and you get spend 20 of them, and then look at this. A 5-star showed up right here. And it also gives you the construction permits for a house later on. So 4 and 5 stars are the ones that you really want to be looking for getting. So you go ahead and do these ones. And again, as soon as you're done, click on completed and share it to help out your guild. Unless if you don't care about your guild, then don't share. I'm not mistaken, I believe the peak tower is also something you can be doing that gets you some experience. It's not a whole lot of experience, but it gets you a good chunk of XP when you complete it 2 times. And you'll be getting some rather decent loot as well. So do that for your guild if you get a chance. And if we go ahead and go to the next part, which is doing, let's see, let's go with production. So production is another way you get experience. If you click on potions, you're able to make these shiitake mushrooms right here. If you have enough of these materials, which you end up getting a lot of as you're killing a bunch of monsters, if you click on these things, you'll be able to craft them up. And as they suggest, it says when they are used, a character's XP is increased by 80,000 or 800,000. Is it? No, 80,000. And these can be used 3 times a day. So once you have 3 of these, eat them up and they're gone for the rest of the day. If you're able to make the shiitake or the cabbage tofu, go for it as well, because it's also for level 40, so 108. You want to go ahead and craft those all up. There we go. So I have everything that I need. You just close it all off and you just use them as soon as they pop up. See, there you go. I already have 750,000 XP for eating that. And then max it out. Another 240,000 or 2 million, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 240. So not bad, right? So you just do that every single day. And let's see. The other one is, of course, checking your elf. Like, let's say if you went to sleep and you didn't have your phone on or anything, you just turned it off. You just come over here and you claim your XP. Because right here I have a ton of XP because I haven't played this character in days. So I'll go ahead and receive them all up. And I got a bunch of rewards. A lot of AFK experience. And take a look at that. I almost leveled up. It's pretty nice. Hang on a second. Let me go ahead and just get all these things because there's like a ton now popping. We see just a bunch of ingots showed up. And let's see. I think that's pretty much all you can really do in regards to leveling up. The last thing, of course, to do is to go ahead and go into this area where it says AFK reward. If you want to know where the best place is to just grind and farm enemies to get level up points, and you just click on this button right here. It's kind of faded. They probably should fix that to where it's more standable, you know? So people can see like, oh man, that is a button there. But you can't really tell it's a button. So this pretty much takes you to the best place you can farm, or auto farm. And honestly, doing auto farming online gets you more experience than if you were to be offline AFK. Unless, here's this one thing, unless you happen to be using your ingots to be getting these limited items of... Oh, they're not here. Weird. Oh, there, where's it at? Darn it. So there's supposed to be a card, which is apparently not showing up. Well, it's not for the ingots, I guess. It must be in the crystal shop, then. Here it is. Unless you have this thing for offline experience, this gets you a good amount of 10% XP from offline stuff, which you can use whenever you're offline. There's also the daily XP card, but this is more towards you doing your daily quest. Keep in mind, it says daily quest. Read that clearly, guys. It's not for everything that you're doing in the game. It's only for when you're doing your daily quests. It gives you 10% more XP from that. So if you're planning to buy this XP card, make sure you buy it before you start doing your daily quest. And if you want to see your daily quests, they're right here, right? So it'll get you a lot more XP from these things. not from you just killing stuff right here. It doesn't work that way. So make sure if you want to buy that, you just buy it first and then work on your daily quests so you can get more XP. And honestly, that's pretty much all you can really do at this time in regards to getting XP. I know some people would be like, hey, let's go ahead and do dungeons for like teams over and over to get more XP. Sorry, but it doesn't work that way. As soon as you finish your 2, after that, the only XP that's extra that you get is by pretty much killing off the monsters in the dungeon. But the monsters are not worth it in there. And at the end of the match, you get nothing pretty much. It's just a flat 0. You don't even get a chance to even pick a card or anything. It's just all 0, 0, 0, 0. Because they don't want you to be doing that, I guess. Same thing goes for whenever you're doing these things too in the dungeons by yourself. Like, so doing these over and over, it's not worth it. It's only worth it if you do the 2 that are remaining for each day. But once it's down to 0, don't bother with it anymore. Okay. And so that's basically it, guys. That's the only ways you could be doing that. But feel free to stop by my streams. I stream pretty much every morning. Stop by, say hello, drop a like, ask me questions about anything. This video was only to help you guys out in regards to getting XP, experience. That's basically it. There are more videos to come in regards to all sorts of the other things that you can do with this game, because there is a lot more to do that this game does not explain very well in. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you guys next time. Bye-sies.